at our journey of life, one thing that we all will notice, that from time to time we experience some pleasant things and some challenges in small ways or in big ways. And when that happens, we tend to ask ourselves, why is it happening to me? I worked so hard, but how come I didn't get any success? I did so much for so and so, but he cheated me, she cheated me. And these things can be related to either relationships, or it can be related to finances, or it can be related to business or home life. So when we go through highs and lows of life, the question that we ask ourselves, who is writing the destiny of my life? Who is writing the script of my life? Isn't it? Who's making all these things happen? Good things as well as the bad things. And then, what are the things I want to change in my life? And then the last thing is how I can change it. Doesn't that happen in your life? If I ask you this question, that in your life, either to you or to your loved ones or to your friend, you will find that from time to time, people or you asking this question, that why is it happening to me? All my life I've done so good, and why wrong things are happening to me? Isn't it? Do you ask sometimes about you or for others or for your loved ones? So then, when we do that, one of the two things happen. Either we blame others for it, right? Or what do we say? It's God's will. God wanted it this way, isn't it? Many times we just say God wanted it this way. Now let's think this through. Whatever faith we belong to, there's one divine power, that's one superpower that's running the entire universe, and that power is so picture perfect. That power has created perfection in the universe. Look at all the 5 elements that are working in such a perfect discipline to help sustain life on this earth. Water is giving us continuous calmness. Oceans are bringing so much peace in our mind. The cool breeze is giving us the oxygen to breathe. This earth, Mother Earth, is so patient, allowing us to walk on it. And the sky is giving us that broader vision. And the Agni, fire, is giving us light, the warmth, the energy that we need to live life. So, that divine power that is picture perfect, how can that power do wrong things or write wrong script for his children? Isn't it? Why would he do something to create unhappiness, sadness in our lives? So, think of it, that if we human beings, today if I gain the power, that I have the power to write somebody's destiny, then what would I do? I will write a destiny for my children that is just perfect, that my child is going to be always on highest rank when it comes to their schooling, relationships, earning money, and perfect health. Wouldn't you do that? Because it's your child. You will never want or wish for anything wrong or painful to happen to your child. So now, same thing applies. We all are children of the divine. Why would he ever write a script that is going to be anything but happy? So now there are two choices left. One is either we can continue to blame the divine for making all this unpleasant happen in my life, or we've heard a concept when we were little, I'm sure we all have heard it, as you sow, so shall you reap. Theory of karma. Right? So, whatever is my karma, I am going to be rewarded or punished accordingly. I will have to go through the consequences of that. So the choice is now mine. Either I can understand it well and not blame the divine and only look at myself and focus on me, thinking, what am I not doing right? And if I'm continuing to have so much pain in my life, then where do I need to change? What do I need to change and how to change? So we have two choices. After knowing all this, my question to all of you is, think about it. What would you think? Would you think, is it number one, that it's all just God's doing and it's His will and we must just accept that will and not do anything about it? Or you think that maybe we can write our own destiny? Number one or number two? Everyone in agreement so far? So having that agreement in mind, is it a good news or bad news? Good news, right? Because if I can write the script of my own destiny with my own good karmas, right thought, right action, right feeling, then I can steer my life in any direction I want to. Nothing is impossible. It instantly gives us so much confidence the moment I have this higher knowledge that I am responsible for making my own destiny. Instantly you feel so empowered. And what is God's role? What is God's role? Anyone? God's role is to continue to give us love, strength, and knowledge to do whatever we want to do with the free will that He's given us. With the free will that we are given, we choose to lead the kind of life, to think the way we want to think, to do what we want to do, to feel the way we want to feel, high energy or lower energy. That's completely our will, our choice. God does not interfere in that. Just like, when our children are little and we help them do homework, right? We all have gone through the stage, or we are still doing it, that we will help them. They have a project and we'll sit down and we'll help them to finish the homework. So what can we do? We can guide them, we can give them knowledge, we can advise them, but can we do our kids' homework for them all the times? And whatever homework my child will do, when he or she goes to the class, teacher is going to either appreciate and reward the child or punish. Parent cannot come in between. So whatever child has done, he or she is going to be either rewarded for doing it right, or it's going to be punishment. What is parents' role? Parents' role is to continue to empower the child, to guide, to protect, to continue to advise. That's all. Similarly, God's role is to continue to give us love, to continue to give us power, strength. But He's given us free will, one trump card, that we need to use that free will to steer our life in any direction, upwards, urdhagati, or downwards, adhogati. These are the two words that our scriptures use, that whichever way we want to go, it's completely our will. So make sure that you make the right choice. It all boils down to, let's make sure that we make the right choice. We have to be so careful every moment, what we are thinking, what we are doing, what we are feeling, how we are reacting, how we are leading this moment to moment our life. So now we understood two things, which is going in sequence. So we have an agreement that we are the writers of our own destiny, right? Am I right? Two, that as you sow, so shall you reap. So anytime you do any action, it will have its consequences or reaction to it, cause and effect. Three, that whatever we do using our free will, there is a supreme power that continues to give us the energy, the strength, the peace to do whatever karma we want to do. Now that we understood this, how do we lead a life that is filled with so much happiness then? What do we do? We are the master, writing our own destiny. So how do we change our destiny? Maybe I'm not happy the way things are going. I have some moments of joy, but then there are so many moments of pain. How do I just convert and transform those moments that are of pain to blissful life? And this is where yoga comes in. Our yogic science teaches us that we need to do yogic discipline in three different ways. First one is sharirik, means with physical body. Second one is mansik, that is with mental body. And third one is vachik, means through our speech, the words that we use. And let's just go through these three before we start our actual practice of yoga. Sharirik, with the body. When we start to do yogic practices, when we nurture this body to relax it, to rejuvenate it, then what happens? And when we are doing yogic practices, inside, love and service starts to origin. Yogic practices give birth to divine love in your heart and seva, service, where you're not just living for yourself, you're living for others. When you think that you want to be profitable, you want to make sure that others are also winners in it. You're not the only winner. So think about others as well as yourself, both, not just for you. Seva, service to others. So when we start doing yogic practices, instantly divine love is filled in your heart. You are surrounded by it with that pure love, and service comes out of it. And the moment you start doing seva, and the moment you start having so much love in your heart for others, let me share this. This is the biggest secret of life. So pay attention. Something very powerful happens where you rise in your consciousness. The power of your mind goes up instantly, where you start looking at things with the clarity, with the wisdom, where you will never make any wrong choice. Your starting point will always be right. The moment you are thinking, the moment you are speaking, the moment you are acting, the moment you are feeling, you know what's right thought versus wrong thought. You know the right action versus wrong action. You know the right move. So it protects you, that power of clarity, that power of wisdom. It protects you from doing the wrong karma. So if you keep doing the right karma by right thought, right action, right feeling, right energy, right mindset, the consequences are going to be also right. And this is how you continue to lead a life that is always filled with happiness. You insure your life. This is like buying a life insurance that is going to always protect you. So, physical body needs to be nurtured with yogic practices to increase seva, to increase divine love, to increase purity, and to increase the mental power that makes you do things right. Because this is where the problem is. Many times we think we are doing the right things, but that right thing continuously is giving us so much pain. We want to be in the company of a person who is so negative because so and so is my colleague or friend. I know so much pain and negativity is coming out of it, but I still want to stay connected, thinking it would be wrong to disconnect. Mental power is not working there. The moment you have clarity, you know, oh, maybe 30% joy is coming out of this relationship, but 70% pain. Think, what do you want to do? Do you want to continue to live with this pain, or do you want to do something about it? These kinds of questions come to you and you have answers for it on the body level. Then second thing is on a mental level. Now, wrong thoughts, negative thoughts are also the consequences of wrong karma. That we may have done some things good, but maybe few things slightly bad that are generating these negative thoughts in my mind that are giving birth to negative actions. So, you know how when we go to bars and we drink, and when we drink we are intoxicated, and then in that intoxication we are, what are we doing? We are living with sleeping consciousness. When we are drunk, we really don't know what are we doing. Exactly the same way, anger, frustration, fear, jealousy, competition, pain are all these things that intoxicate our mind, our mental power. It doesn't allow us to see things with clarity that's needed, and we do wrong things, wrong thoughts, wrong energy is given, and we suffer. So just like, in our homes we see, oh my God, this area is very clean and this is where there's so much garbage and we can't stand that garbage, we just clean it right away. Exactly the same way, there is this negativity, this fear, this doubt, this pain, sadness, worry, stress. All these things are like the garbages of mind that needs to be cleansed. So when we do breathing practices, when we do pranayama, when we do meditation, first thing happens, our mind gets very clean. It has the power. Again, mental power rises way above the borderline, and you start to think the way no one else can think. You start to feel the way no one ever wants to feel. You start to do things that are unparalleled. So, mansik, mental level. Then third is vachak, means whatever you say. In Hindi it's said, socho, samjho, bhool, sudharo. Means think million times before you utter a word. And when you say something and accidentally you've said something that may have hurt someone, then don't repeat it again. Don't repeat it again. Learn from that and then become better. So think hard, talk soft, talk sweet. Every word that comes out from your mouth should only comfort and bring love and joy in other people's lives. Do not say anything that might cause pain, because whatever you give to the world, that is what you're going to get. You're going to get it 1,000 times more. So just be very careful. And in conclusion, I will say that yes, we all have to maintain our living. It's important to go and earn wealth. But let me tell you, earning wealth is very easy. But the purpose of life is to earn blessings. You cannot buy blessings from wealth. But if you have blessings, through blessings, you can buy a lot of wealth. You know, if you take an example, there's a shop and the person goes to the shop and wants to buy something, and the shopkeeper says, oh no, don't buy this because this is defective piece. This is my last one, it's defective. And you're going to come out of the shop and instantly the energy, what energy you're going to give to the shopkeeper? You're going to give so much blessing. Oh, he's so good. He didn't put his self in front. He alerted me, this is not right, don't buy it. The moment you go home, you're going to tell 5 other people, so and so is so honest. Next thing you know, through that blessing, now 10 more people will go to the shop. And now the wealth is doubled. So the goal is to just earn blessings, earn blessings, earn blessings. Through what you say, with every word that you utter, there should be a power and strength of love behind it. Pure love, divine love. And watch then, miracles start to happen. With that blessing, with that purity of yoga, you become independent, you become completely fearless, you become very peaceful, self-developed human being, and leading a life that is filled with happiness, peace, and success. Success in every area. And that's the goal of life, to lead a life that is filled with perfection, that excellence should flow through everything that we do. So with these words of wisdom, let's go ahead and stand up and we'll do our yoga stretches.